Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to go over some recent fragrances that I have added to my collection. If that sounds interesting to you, stay tuned. Recently, over the past couple of months, I have some fragrances here that I've added to the collection that I haven't talked to you guys about. So I just wanted to kind of do a roundup of some of the newest things that have entered my collection. I'm going to start off with this one from Paris Corner, and it is called Fig Hug. This was a recommendation from another YouTuber here. Her name is Alicia. She does fantastic fragrance videos and sometimes makeup shorts, but she gave this recommendation and she described it perfectly as a sweet, citrusy, figgy fragrance, and I absolutely love it. This is actually the most recent to the collection, if I didn't say that before. In the top notes, you get lemon, fig, and it says pink pepper. I don't really smell that, but I definitely smell the lemon and the fig. And in the mid, there's whipped cream, jasmine, and rose. And in the base, there's fig milk, white musk, and cedar wood. Now, the fig milk and white musk is what I smell the most when I do. I can't really say I smell the pink pepper, but I feel the pink pepper. I didn't feel that before when I've worn this on skin, but on paper, I smell that pink pepper. On my skin, it didn't register. But as soon as I got it out of the box a couple days ago, I just sprayed it right on skin. I didn't even bother with spraying it on paper or spraying it in the box. And because this is a Middle Eastern fragrance, it is always recommended to spray these out and let them sit for a few days. But let's be honest, most of the time, we still want to see what it smells like as soon as we get it. And, that's what I did. And I liked it right away. It is creamy. It is sweet. There is a little bit of lactonic creaminess to it. And the sweetness is balanced. So I think that this could be worn by a woman or a man, but it is a little bit more feminine in my opinion, probably because of the rose and jasmine in the mid, but I really enjoy the note of fig, and this fig in here is more of like a fruity, ripe, plush, pinky type fig, not really a green fig, but the lemon gives it a pleasant freshness or refreshing quality that would allow me to be able to wear it on a summer day, maybe not like extremely hot, but on an average 80-degree day, 85 degrees even, I think I could pull this off. And it's comforting and sweet and creamy, and I really enjoy it. So thanks, Alicia. The next fragrance that I'm going to talk about is actually another recommendation. This one from Jamie here on YouTube. And this one is Pear Potion. This one is sweet and light, very fruity, mouth-watering even. I don't know if you could hear me when I first smelled it. It made me almost have to swallow deeply because it almost smells like a pear or green apple candy, but mostly pear. I mean, it's called Pear Potion, so it's definitely a juicy pear, a sweet pear, a very ripe pear. But it's definitely more on the candy pear side. I really, really, really enjoy this. I have doused myself in it and I haven't had it very long at all. And I've already got a little dent. I think I've only had this for like a week. And I've already made a little bit of a dent. I've already made a little bit of a dent in this bottle. Let me get you the notes for Pear Potion. Oh, so I just pulled up the notes and it makes sense. In the top, there's pear and apple. Remember I said it smelled like either pear or green apple. That's because they have pear and apple in the top, caramel and jasmine in the mid, and raspberry and musk in the base. I don't remember if I specifically can pull out raspberry once this dried down, but what I can say is that it just has a prolonged fruitiness. And so that may be the raspberry that's giving it that longevity in the fruity category. And it stays with me for quite some time. Sometimes fruity, light, zesty fragrances like this kind of dissipate. But this one, I was able to smell this after about 6 or 7 hours. So that is pretty good staying power. This one is perfect for spring and summer. And if you like a sweet, fruity scent, this is a great one. Speaking of fruity fragrances, but this one goes in a different direction. This one is a little less light and juicy. It has more substance, and it's one that came out last year, but I just picked it up recently because there was a sale on it for one, and two, there were discount codes that I could apply on top of the sale, and that is Proud Mary. So you've seen Proud Mary circulating throughout these fragrance streets all last year when C Chronicles, another YouTuber, this is her brand, and once she came out with this, it was all the rage. Everybody was talking about it, and I just didn't get around to picking it up. But it's hard for me to turn down a good deal. So when this was on sale and I was able to get a discount code on top of that sale, I went ahead and took advantage of it. And oh my goodness, this is so good. I see what everybody was talking about. It is, I'm spraying it like I don't know what it smells like. It is, smells like peach to me in the beginning. And then when it dries down, it's like peach with some spices in the beginning. And then when it dries down, I get a pineapple. And I found this, striking similarity to a fragrance, a very expensive fragrance that I bought my husband last year for our anniversary. And this has the exact same scent in the dry down that other fragrance that I bought for my husband has throughout the wear. And this doesn't cost a fraction of what that one did. It was a big gift for our 25th wedding anniversary, and it's called Dubai Extreme. And the brand is Parfum de Dubai. This fragrance is a pineapple unisex type fragrance, and it smells really, really good on him. And that is exactly what this smells like in the dry down to me. Now, this is different in the top. In the top, this has more of a feminine quality. It's more candied, and it's got some more spices in the beginning. But that dry down, which is actually the thing I like the most about this, is that pineapple. I don't know if this actually has a pineapple note, but we're not talking about this. This isn't even mine. I was just using it as a point of reference because this was very expensive and this wasn't. So that's my point. I got a great deal on this and it smells exquisite. The notes in Proud Mary are dried fruits, pineapple, cardamom, and apple in the top. So maybe the dried fruits is where my nose is picking up peach. In the mid, there's tonka bean and jasmine. And in the base, there's vanilla, patchouli, spices, and woody notes. So this is, I understand why this came out in the fall and winter, because it is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit more rich, but I still can pull this off like for a date night. Sometimes if it's a little bit, well, it's not cold now. Who am I kidding? But when I got this, it was okay. We still had some cooler days and definitely cooler nights. I could still wear this. But yes, I bought it recently and I think this is deserving of all of the praise that it got. And I wanted to tell you guys a quick sidebar about this company, C Chronicles Company. There was a shipping problem, nothing to do with the company itself. It was a third party shipping company, and it got sent it got sent out pretty quickly from when I ordered it, but it just never arrived. I had selected the shipping insurance, and because of that, they were able to refund me my money, no problem. Well, a couple of days after they refunded the money, guess what arrived? This. By then, I had already repurchased another bottle. And so that bottle came a couple of days after that. So I had two. Well, I felt so bad because it's a small company and I know these are limited edition. There's only a certain quantity of these. I think 2,500 bottles. 2,500 bottles total. And once that's done, it's done. So I reached out to the company and I was like, I know you're a small business. I got the one that you refunded me the money for, as well as the one that I repurchased again. Did you want to, charge me for the second bottle, what have you? They were so gracious not to charge me for that second bottle. And then I gifted that one to my mother for Mother's Day. So it worked out and there was great customer service. I really, really appreciated that. And I don't always select that insurance button for shipping, but in this case, it worked out because the shipping company just messed up somewhere along the line. It was just sitting somewhere, I guess, but it eventually got here. So great job on the customer service, Macedon Perfumes, and I definitely would be interested in picking up their other fragrance in the future. This next fragrance is one from Victoria's Secret, and it is in their Bombshell collection. This is Bombshell Bronze. Isn't that so cute, the little charm that's on there? Bombshell Bronze is a quintessential like summer scent. It's got top notes of mango, mid notes of peony, and the base notes. The base notes on this one, it said suntan lotion accord. And I know sometimes people don't like, tanning lotion and sunscreen type scents, but I don't mind them. It reminds me of summer and vacation. And yeah, this just smells like beach time goodness. So I have worn this all over twice so far, and I really enjoy it. It's fun. It's solar sweet. It is, it's a perfect summertime fragrance. It wasn't expensive at all because I got it on a good sale. Gotta love Victoria's Secret for those sales. Are you noticing a theme? Every fragrance in here has been a great, great bargain, except for the next one. That next one is Chill and Soul by Bulgari. Isn't that so cute? So summery with the pink and blue. And it is a citrusy, refreshing, warm weather scent. The notes in Chill and Soul are neroli, lemon, orange blossom, and petitgrain. Now, despite all of those very citrusy, very sharp sounding notes, I pick up on something a little bit more, not a lot, but a little bit more sweet. It's probably the orange blossom lending a little bit of sweetness and a little tamping down some of the sharpness that all of those other notes can bring. But make no mistake about it, this is a citrus scent. It is a citrus scent. It is refreshing, but it's just not in any way like cleaning product esque. It is not astringent. It's not piercing to me anyway, but it is a citrus scent. It is refreshing. And I think the name is perfect, Chill and Soul. I enjoy this quite a bit. And even this, I say that it wasn't budget friendly, but even this, I got it on sale. I got this one on sale as well. I was waiting for Bloomingdale's to have a sale, and they did around Mother's Day. And I had a $50 credit on top of that. Look, I've bought a lot of fragrances. I got to get the sales where I can. So this, even though this isn't as inexpensive as the other ones that I've shown you so far, I still got it on sale. Good for me. I picked up this next fragrance from Ulta, and it is the latest flanker to the Fresh Cream line. This is Fresh Cream Silk Cloud. This one, I don't own any other Philosophy fragrances because they've just never really appealed to me. They don't last long. They don't smell bad, but they've been just average, just so to me. But this one was special when I smelled this one. It is sweet, creamy, a little bit floral, and the vanilla in here is substantial. The notes that are listed are just chantilly cream, jasmine, and vanilla. But it doesn't smell, it smells mass appealing, but it doesn't smell basic, if that makes any sense. It is light. It is, like I said, a little bit creamy, sweet, slightly floral. It smells like pretty and girly and pink without being sickeningly sweet, nor without being too dense and gourmand. It's like a really good mix of like being like sort of gourmand-ish without being too sweet. I think Silk Cloud is the perfect name for this fragrance. This is really good. If you haven't smelled this one yet, stop in the Ulta and get your nose on this at least. I think this one is probably, not probably, for me, this is the best fragrance that Philosophy has made. This little girl is no surprise if you are into fragrance and you've been on almost anybody's fragrance channel recently. Well, that's not true. But a lot of people's fragrance channels are talking about this little girl, Ana Abayed Passion. Ana Abayed Passion is awesome. I have Power of You sitting back there. I actually like Power of You. I don't get those weird, like bad scents or bad odors coming from the passion fruit in that one that some people experience. It is strong, it is tart, it is very passion fruit forward, but it smells good on me. Funny thing is, when I first smelled it, and I smelled it on paper, I did not like it at all. And something was kind of bugging me about it. I just wanted to give it another shot. So I went into a Macy's one day and it was less crowded. I was in this really crowded Sephora. It was a whole thing. So I went into a Macy's one day. It was less crowded and I sprayed it on skin and I loved it. And that seems to be the opposite situation that some people are having with Power of You. They spray it on paper and like it, and then spray it on skin and hate it. But this isn't about Power of You. I'm just saying all that to say I do enjoy that one. And so I didn't really need this one as a dupe or a replacement. But then I started to see reviews saying that this isn't like Power of You. It's a fragrance all by itself. It's completely different. So then I was curious because I have Ana Abayed Rouge, Ana Abayed Scarlet, Ana Abayed Coral. And I like the rouge, or excuse me, I like the scarlet and the coral. Rouge I don't like. So I wanted to add to my collection just like everybody else. And the reviews that I've seen are correct. I do smell the passion fruit, but the vanilla in here is way more prominent and way more prominent up front. And the passion fruit is dialed back. There's citrus. It's beautiful. Let me get you the notes just in case you haven't seen 6001 Ana Abayed Passion videos. like I have. So the notes in Ana Abayed Passion are passion fruit and lily of the valley in the top, coconut and caramel in the mid, and musk and vanilla in the base. And I think the combination of the coconut, the caramel, the vanilla, and musk all give it more substance and more sweetness and more mass appeal than perhaps the Power of You. And it's just overall, it's just a different fragrance. But you definitely have passion fruit. So if you absolutely hate passion fruit, this one isn't for you, but it is way more budget friendly than the Armani one. And it's sweet, it is creamy, it is vanillic, and I really enjoy it. This next one wins the prize for best bottle. I got this one as a Mother's Day gift, and look at her. She is so beautiful. This is Elysium by Roja, and my goodness, she is stunning. She definitely wins for best bottle. There are a ton of notes listed for Elysium, and they are peach, blackberry, bergamot, mandarin orange in the top. In the mid, there's freesia, magnolia, jasmine, lily of the valley, ylang ylang, peony, cyclamen, violet, geranium. Oh, and in the base, there's musk, sandalwood, cedarwood, vanilla, and pink pepper. Okay, what does all that mean? That means that when for me and on me, I get a slightly sweet, very floral, and the floral composition is that of a sweetened rose, but make it a really delicate, like peach rose, but a delicate peach rose in the sun at the beach with a little bit of suntan lotion. And that's probably from the ylang ylang. So I get a very slight solar quality to this with those florals and a slight sweetness. I don't really pick up the cedar wood very much. I pick up more like musk and sandalwood in the dry down. It does have a slight aquatic nature to me. It's light, it's sparkling, slightly sweet. And like I said, there's a little bit of a solar kind of summertime quality to this, as well as a citrusy note in the top. It's very bright, it's very refreshing, but also sweet and floral. I think you have to enjoy florals, but it's not, it's more of a modern floral with a little bit of sweetness, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous. That is Elysium. So the next two fragrances are by Juliana's Perfumes. I've never actually purchased anything from them. I've heard about them. And Alicia from Alicia's Budget Beauty, she was talking about this one fragrance that I'll talk to you about in a second. And I was wanting to get that. And while I was on the site, I saw this one, and it's called Village of Exotic Mangoes. It's a inspiration of Bond Number Nine's Greenwich Village, plus an added note of mango. So the notes listed are mango, lychee, blackberry, guava, raspberry, ambroxan, oak moss, vanilla, mandarin, or vanilla and mandarin orange. So this one, I have smelled Greenwich Village once and I really enjoyed it, but at those prices, I didn't know if I liked it enough to pay for a bottle of it at those prices. So when I saw this one, I said, oh, perfect. And I agree that it does smell like Greenwich Village with a little bit of mango. So it's fruity. It has a little bit of a airiness to it and a little bit of a sharpness to it from the ambroxan, I believe. And um, the oak moss gives it also, the oak moss and the ambroxan to me give it a airy and a somewhat aquatic feel. And I really like it. So it's like a fruity aquatic blend to me. So that is the Village of Exotic Mangoes. This next one is the one that Alicia was telling us about, and it is A Kiss in the Maldives. And this one, I believe, is an original scent. Don't quote me on that. But this is creamy, and I've noticed a lot of things have had a creamy note today, but this has a creamy, like rice note in it, and it's a little bit sweet. And there's some coconut and an aquatic quality. Alicia described this as you and a very, very attractive spouse are in a little makeshift hut on a deserted island, and it's raining and there's a pot of rice cooking in the corner. I was like, when she described that, I was like, what? But she's hilarious. So, she's not wrong. It kind of does smell like that. And I love aquatic scents and I like sweet, fruity florals. And so this is perfect. It's slightly sweet. There's definitely an aquatic nature to it. And it definitely has a creamy kind of rice note in there. So it's unique to my collection. I don't have anything else that has a rice note. And so for that reason, I really enjoy this. It is unique and is right up my alley with all the other notes. The last fragrance is one that was recommended from Veronica. You know, it's hard for me to leave a video without a Veronica made me buy it choice, and that is Utopia. It is by the brand Tumi, and this one is described as a woody, musky fragrance with notes of pink pepper, jasmine sambac, and vanilla. But it smells like so much more to me. This is elegant. It is light. It has a almost aquatic, ozonic quality without being sharp. It smells like sweetened air almost. Like there's almost a cotton candy quality, but take like half the sugar out of the cotton candy, if that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. It's so beautiful. The jasmine in here is exquisite. It's not andolic in any way. It's a brand new, like slightly sweetened jasmine. And this is probably the most summertime elegant of the ones that I've shown you today. It's perfect for spring and summer. And you can wear this day or night. It obviously would shine in the daytime, but I think it's elegant enough to wear at night. And if you're a fruity floral lover like myself, this is absolute perfection. So that is Utopia by Tumi. That is it, everyone. Those are all of the fragrances that I have added to my collection that I haven't already talked to you about. And I think, fingers crossed, I think I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I have enough fragrances to get me through the summer. And unless something just remarkably earth-shattering gets dropped, I think I'm good, except for honeymoon. I may pick up a full bottle of honeymoon because I have been running through that travel. Anyway, this video is long enough. Until next time, you guys go and have a beautiful, beautiful day or night, wherever you are. Bye-bye, everybody.